So today we're out here at Frahns farm. We're checking about 200 nest boxes. That makes up a total of about 500 in the Monarto area. And the reason we've put in these nest boxes is to create habitat for wildlife. So while we're out here often planting trees and tending to the plantings, we also have to think about those wildlife that in fact need other aspects of their habitat provided for. And even here where we've got revegetation, which is 40 years old, these trees still don't have hollows, and it may take a century or even longer for some of these trees to create hollows. So in the meantime, we've put up nest boxes, and these provide for some of the mammals like brush-tailed possums and pygmy possums, a lot of the birds from parrots such as Adelaide rosellas and mallee ringnecks to some of the smaller birds such as southern whiteface and brown tree creepers. Another bird that's done particularly well in these is a small nocturnal bird called an owlet nightjar, and they don't just need them for breeding, but they also need them as somewhere to roost. So it's fantastic to see probably 10 adults today using these nest boxes, and a number of those had eggs or young chicks in them. So today here we're collecting data on what's using these nest boxes. So we're checking all 200 and finding out whether there are animals present in them and whether there is also any evidence of breeding, such as eggs or chicks or nesting material. So one of the reasons for collecting the data is not just to understand what's here, but also to learn how we can do this better in the future. So we've got a number of nest boxes of different sizes and also different entrance sizes. So one of the benefits of having something like this one here with a small entrance hole is that it excludes some of those larger animals that might displace something small like a pygmy possum or a little southern whiteface or chestnut rump thornbill. We're also testing whether aspect has anything to do with it, with the hypothesis that something that is north or northeastern facing will be better protected and therefore more likely to be used than something that is exposed to the southwestern fronts that come in. We're also testing height, so we've got a whole series of experiments with nest boxes set up. Some of those nest boxes are at 2 metres and others are at 4 metres, and that's to understand whether there is in fact a preference for some species to use nest boxes at different heights. A couple of the declining woodland birds that we've seen in these nest boxes have been southern whitefaces and brown tree creepers, particularly southern whitefaces. In fact, we've put up nest boxes and within a month we've found them breeding in them. So it displays how critical these nest boxes are and how in fact that may be the limiting factor in some of these environments, not necessarily the habitat in terms of trees or food, but in fact having appropriate places for these birds to breed.